Hey, BJ Peters here from stampinbj.com, and I'm excited to share with you another fun way to use your Botanical Butterfly Designer Series paper in your Stampin' Blends. Actually, you can use this technique on many of your Designer Series papers. Here are a couple of the cards we're going to make. Let's go get started. So here are a couple of the cards that I've made using the Stampin' Blends and the Botanical Butterfly Designer Series paper. Now, you need to make sure that you're hopping on and getting this free Botanical Butterfly Designer Series paper. It's part of Sale-a-Bration. And as you can see, the front side and the back side are so different. Love the two-sided, but I'm using the back side today and the front side to create these beautiful cards. The first card I want to play off of is this one, where I used the Balmy Blue Stampin' Blend to color. Let's color this one, and I'm going to use the Highland Heather Stampin' Blend. Again, what I love about the Stampin' Blends is that they give me that nice, rich, bold color, and it's just super, super easy to color. It saturates the paper, and that's why I get that nice, bold color. So this is the Highland Heather, and this is the dark one. Our Stampin' Blends come, you can purchase them individually or as a set of two, and when you get the set of two, you actually get a light and a dark, which if you're doing any shading is perfect. Even a beginner, and I would consider myself kind of a beginner, it is easy to get some of the shading done on the projects that I want to do some shading with. But as I'm going to show you when I get a little farther along here, you can still do some shading with just one color. So I've completely covered all of these butterflies, and I'm going back in with the same Stampin' Blend, so the dark Highland Heather, and I'm just taking a couple of these areas on the butterflies and adding another layer of the color, and you can kind of see how that just really makes it pop right off the paper. So the Stampin' Blends are alcohol markers, and again, they dry quickly, but they make coloring super, super easy. And they're affordable. That's one of the things I love, is they're affordable and they're easy to color match, and they're easy to get the light and the dark and the shading. Folks, it doesn't get much easier than that. So let's finish this card off very easily. This, by the way, is 3 3/4 by 3 3/4, and you can see how I get some of the color coming through in the back. I'm going to mount this on a piece of basic black that is 3 7/8 by 3 7/8. You can see that. And then here's my Highland Heather card base. Love how that brings out the purple. I went to get a greeting, and in my scrap bin I found a piece of Highland Heather framelit that I'd used before. So I'm going to just use that. I have a little scrap bin, things that I cut out and don't use. And I'm going to just put a little note on here. A little strip of the basic black ribbon here that I'm going to add. And there we have it. Just a quick, easy card. Love it, using the Stampin' Blends. Let me show you another one. I have a piece of 3" by 5.5" of the kind of the dark background. And sometimes I think people think that you can't work with that dark background, but I think you can. So now I have the Daffodil Delight, the dark Stampin' Blend, and I'm going to color in the butterflies here with this dark background. And there's the finished coloring. As you can see, it really does stand out on there. So I'm going to mount that on some of the Daffodil Delight cardstock, and I cut this one the long way, so 4 1/4 by 11. Just going to mount that right on here. One of the things when you're looking at things to color with your Stampin' Blends like this, when they've got some shading in it, it's actually going to make your job super duper easy. I'm going to add a little ribbon, and my trick is if I use 3 lengths for the ribbon that I want, it is going to help me just have the perfect length to create just a square knot on my card. So right over left, left over right. And you want to pull this one on this side and let the other one just kind of follow suit. And there's my bow. I've gone ahead and stamped my greeting, and this bundle that I'm using is the Butterfly Gala bundle. So it comes with the Butterfly Gala stamp set and the Butterfly Duet Punch, which you've got lots of ideas to punch out your butterflies here, but it also works for this designer series paper. So this is a 1 3/4 inch circle, and I'm going to mount this on a 2-inch circle. And here I've mounted it to my cards with some Stampin' Dimensionals. I want to add a butterfly to my card, and I've got this scrap, and I'm thinking that this butterfly will do it right here, but it's kind of in the middle of my paper. So let me show you a little trick. I'm going to take this and just kind of cut it out so that I've got this. But now it's going to be too short to really control and put into my punch. I've got a little scrap of white cardstock. It doesn't matter what color it is, but just a little scrap. I put a little bit of adhesive on it. So now what I have is I've got a tail that I can hang on to and position the butterfly perfectly and punch it out. And then I'm going to kind of take it and fold it in half here. And then I'm going to add a couple of glue dots right in the middle. And that is going to then adhere on here like that. So then I can get that 3D effect. Perfect. Now let's take a look at this striped card. So I used the back side of one of the designer series papers, and I'm using my Stampin' Blend. And this time I switched to the light Calypso Coral Stampin' Blend, and I'm just using the brush tip end. Remember, they have 2 ends, and it's easy to identify because here's the fat line and the narrow line. So I'm using the brush tip end, and I'm just kind of laying it down on my paper and running it down those stripes. So here's the finished product, and I'm just going to go ahead. This happened to be 3 1/4 by 4 1/2, and I'm going to mount it on some basic black here, and we'll get that on our card base. I have a little 1/2 inch by 4 inch strip of black here to help highlight the greeting that I have stamped from the Butterfly Gala stamp set. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I got a little scrap of, this one happens to be Lemon Lime Twist. I'm going to get a black and white butterfly here from the Butterfly Gala Designer Series paper. Excuse me, Botanical Butterfly Designer Series paper. And I'm going to add a couple of little butterflies with this one. So I'm going to come in with a scrap again of that last paper that we used. And there we go, there's another one. So now I've shown you a bunch of different ways to use your Stampin' Blends with the Botanical Butterflies Designer Series paper. I hope that you're going to get this paper ordered during Sale-a-Bration. It's like 1 month left, and you just kind of have to have it. Thanks for stopping by today. Remember, you can order these products in my online store at stampinbj.com. I always appreciate your business, and please leave me a note. Let me know which one of these you really like the best. I'd love to hear that too. And as always, remember to create and feel great.